The most common toxins come from the food they eat, the water they drink, and the air they breathe. Other toxins come from vaccines and medications that we are forced to give them. So let's tackle food first. Fast food, processed food, a little sweet treat here, a little sweet treat there, when consumed in large amounts are very toxic, and it makes the body work extremely hard to get rid of it. Now let's move on to the air. And if you're anything like me, during the summer months, my kids are responsible for the majority of the cleaning in the house, which means they're going to be exposed to toxins while they're cleaning. And there are cleaners that report to be green and organic, but they still have some level of toxic chemicals within them. So I basically try to stay away from the cleaning supplies that are marked danger, warning, poisonous, because I figure if the drug manufacturers are forced to put that on their labels, then they have to be the most toxic of all. Also in the air is fertilizer. It's summertime, so we all want our lawn to look nice, and we're using fertilizers which are being inhaled by us and our children. Now let's move on to the water they drink. If you live in the United States, most likely your water has been treated with fluoride. And this is because it has been shown that fluoride decreases and even reverses tooth decay. The problem is fluoride also accumulates within the bone, causing concern for bone health. Last year, for the first time in over 53 years, the U.S. Public Health Service actually lowered the amount of fluoride that they include in our water because it was concluded that we're receiving fluoride in our toothpaste and in our mouthwashes. So the excess fluoride that was being put into our water was unnecessary. Lead is also a concern in areas where metal pipes are used. Now that we understand where we're being exposed to toxins and how we're being exposed to toxins, let's move on to the detox process that I created that's kid-friendly. And I can hear you through the screen. But Dr. T, doesn't our body detox itself? And the answer is yes, our body does detox itself. It's a machine and it knows what's good and what's bad. The problem is that we are exposed to so many toxins and our body is unable to filter at the rate that we are being exposed. So our 3-day detox is going to start off with warm lemon water. And you can add a touch of raw honey for taste just to appeal to the kids. So it's going to be 1 glass of warm water and a half a lemon. Lemons are rich in vitamin C. It helps to balance the body's pH. It's great for digestion. It's an awesome detoxifying agent, and that's why we're going to have it first thing in the morning. Next is vegetable juice. And there's really no recipe that I'm going to give here for the vegetable juice. It's really up to you. You know what your kids like. Just choose vegetables that are hearty and that are beneficial to their system. For example, celery, kale, spinach. I suggest that you do maybe 2 vegetables and 1 fruit. And this is done on an empty stomach because on an empty stomach, our body is ready to absorb all the nutrients that the vegetable provides versus having your fruit juice, your vegetable juice with food, and your food is battling with the juice to get into the system. So we're going to have our vegetable juice on an empty stomach so there's no competition within our gut to get into the system. So after about an hour, we will then introduce food. And basically we're only having whole foods. For obvious reasons, no processed foods, no fast food, only whole foods. And whole foods are obviously things that you have to cook. So yes, parents, I'm asking you to actually cook for 3 days for the children. And I don't think that's a big ask. Snacks will include fruits, vegetables, and maybe a couple of nuts. And once again, choose fruits and vegetables that you know your kids will like. Don't choose things that you like. Choose things that they're going to like so they are willing to complete this process. And try to buy organic, but if you're not able to buy organic, you can simply soak your fruit in the sink with warm water and a little apple cider vinegar. That is known to remove some of the pesticides from the fruit. Now, moving right along, improving stomach bacteria. Our gut contains trillions of bacteria, and these bacteria are used to break down nutrients from our food and also serves as a barrier against infection. 80% of our immune system lives in our stomach, and maintaining a healthy gut flora will help our children to fight off all of the different bacteria, viruses, fungi that they will encounter. For this portion of the detox, I recommend grabbing a probiotic. There are foods that act as probiotics, but they're not very enticing to the children. And I am not trying to make this a horrible experience for them. I want them to enjoy this. I want them to get involved. I want them to look forward to this process. So for this portion, maintaining good gut bacteria, grab a probiotic from any health food store. Next, we're moving on to minimizing sugar. This may be a difficult one, but it's necessary. Sugar is very inflammatory, and chronic inflammation leads to so many ailments: asthma, autism, ADHD. So for this cleanse, we are definitely going to limit the amount of sugar the kids are consuming. And that includes juices, 100% juices. That includes, of course, soda pop. And I'm also going to suggest that you eliminate animal milk. I won't get into why, but for this 3-day detox, let's limit animal milk products. I suggest for juice, make fresh lemonade, iced tea, or maybe fruit infused in water. Allow the kids to help you do that. I find that when they're involved in the process, they are more encouraged. They look forward to it. So have them squeeze the lemon. Have them put the tea bag and see the tea seep into sweet tea. Get them involved. It helps the process. And as a sweetener, you can use raw honey. Not too much. We're not going to overdo it, but enough to make it enjoyable for them. Next, I would like the kids to get a little vitamin D. Go outside and play. Get off the Nintendo, the Xbox, whatever the games are these days. Go outside, get a little sunlight. Vitamin D helps promote and improve the immune system, as well as it's a good detoxifier because it causes sweating. And sweating is a major pathway for detoxification. Moving on to sleep. During the summertime, our kids are not getting enough sleep. Their routine is totally thrown off. They're going to bed at all hours of the night, waking up whenever they feel like it. At least in my house, that's what's going on. And they are sleep deprived. But the problem with that is our body does most of its detoxifying when we are at rest, which means when we are sleeping. So by them not getting enough sleep, they're not allowing the body to do its job. Next, we're going to stimulate their brains. It has been shown that brain stimulation helps the removal of toxins. So like I mentioned before, the Xboxes, the games, we're going to limit those things. And a good trade-off will be not to totally take it away, but maybe incorporating a little reading within the game playing. Maybe we can balance it out. If you're going to play an hour of Xbox, then you need to read an hour. Or if you're going to play 30 minutes of the Xbox, then you have to go outside for 30 minutes. Just try to balance it out so that they're not sitting cooped up playing the Nintendo and the Xbox. So now we have reached the final step in our detox process, and it's going to be a detox bath. Yes, I am asking you to put the kids in the bathtub. We're going to need 2 ingredients, Epsom salt and baking soda. The skin is the largest organ to facilitate detoxification, so it's imperative that you follow this last step. How this will work: for children under 60 pounds, you're going to use a half a cup of Epsom salt. For kids over 60 pounds, you're going to use 1 cup of Epsom salt. And for kids over 120 pounds, we're going to use a cup and a half of Epsom salt. And basically, you're just going to fill the tub of hot water as hot as they can bear it. We don't want it too hot. We're not trying to boil the children. So hot water, and as the water is running, you're going to pour the Epsom salt into the water to help it dissolve. Next is going to be 2 tablespoons of baking soda. And this as well is going to be poured while the water is running to help it dissolve as well. Epsom salt is high in magnesium, a mineral that helps to regulate our nervous system and cause relaxation. It also helps to circulate our blood. This is necessary for decreasing inflammation, helping them to relax. Now, when you're purchasing your Epsom salt, be sure to get pure Epsom salt. No additives, no fragrances such as lavender or anything of that sort. We are just using plain Epsom salt and plain baking soda for this detox bath. After the water is set, you're going to have the kids soak for at least 20 minutes. 20 minutes is the minimum. So make it enjoyable for them. We're not going to include any bubbles. This is strictly Epsom salt and baking soda. After they have soaked for 20 minutes, you're going to grab a scrubby. You're going to massage the entire body and then rinse them off again. And notice there was no soap in this bath. So yes, we are not going to use soap for the detoxing bath. On day 2, you can use a mild soap. But for day 1 and day 3, we're just simply going to soak. And after the soaking is over, we're going to grab the scrubby and gently scrub, I don't know why I'm scrubbing, and gently scrub their skin to remove all of the particles that we have brought to the forefront. Okay, something very important. Parents, please be mindful of your children, especially the little ones, when they're soaking in the bathtub, especially if they are not used to taking baths. So I hope that you find this video very helpful. These are things that I do for my kids right before I send them off to school. Sometimes I do the detox bath when I find that one of the kids are feeling a little ill. I have them soak into a warm tub of Epsom salt and baking soda just to help pull out, different impurities that may be clogging up different areas of their body. I find it to be very helpful. I hope that you have found this video to be very helpful. This is my first official YouTube video. I'm super excited. I was super nervous. I hope it didn't show too much throughout this this post. But if you like what you saw today and you are interested in learning more things on how to stay healthy, how to understand what's going on within your body, making the right choices, I am here to explain the why, the how, and what to do. So go ahead and subscribe, comment, leave me a suggestion on things that you want to learn about. We can learn together. I am also going to throw in some fitness videos because fitness is a part of staying healthy. And this is a new venture for me. And I want you to ride this train along with me. So go ahead and subscribe, share with another mom or another family member that you find that will benefit from all of this content. And leave me a comment below if you thought that I forgot something. Let me know below. See you next time. Thank you for watching.